everyone. My name is Normanique, and you guys are tuning in for Renaissance of the Soul. Today's episode is going to be all about me. And I just want to say, as an aspiring actress and soon-to-be model, don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. So tune in, enjoy, and get your popcorn ready.
And opinions expressed on this podcast may not be those of the host or the guest. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back to Renaissance for the Soul. It is me, old and young. We have
Young Trav
in the building.
We have special guests.
Hello, everyone. I'm Normanique, and welcome.
Well, let's get it started.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You feeling
How
good?
Are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
That's good.
Actually great. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How you feeling?
I'm feeling excited. I'm glad we back doing this. It's been a while, and people have been hitting me up, DM, text, and stuff like that. What's going on? They thought we broke up. They thought our crew broke up, that we wasn't doing it no more.
Like Outkast?
Like, yeah, something like that. But I would have to be, I would want to be big. Nothing against Big Boy, but you have to be Big Boy. You know, I have to be,
come on now, we're being real though. I'm more like 3 stacks, cause a model, act, all that, come on, man. Come on.
It's a renaissance. But no, I'm straight though. We back going, we back live. We ain't live, we back recording.
And you can't sleep on Big Boy. Like, Big Boy don't get enough credit, right?
Nah, he held it down. He kept and continued, did his thug dizzle.
Because it wouldn't be Outkast without, they had
both of them.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's what I said. I'm glad to be back in the mix. Glad we have our first real interview. Instead of us interviewing each other, now we can interview you. Tell us a little bit, something about you.
So, where you from?
I'm from New York.
New York?
Yeah.
Which part of New York?
All over.
All over?
All over. I moved around a lot when I was a kid.
Okay.
So it went from PA to New York to Georgia, back and forth.
So what hometown do you actually rep?
What borough?
Queens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Queens.
Just like Nas, Nicki Minaj, all the good rappers out there.
Yeah, Nas is in my top 5. So I definitely, appreciate that Queens connection. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
That's what's up. I'm happy to hear that.
What brought you down to Georgia?
I needed a change in scenery. Like, I wanted something different for myself. I felt like New York was becoming a bit toxic to me, or my environment was just toxic. So I just wanted a breath of fresh air.
Not supposed to ask a lady how old you are, but right now you being interviewed, so it's a little bit different.
Well, I just turned 26. My birthday was in July, so.
So you're a Cancer?
I am. Big Cancer. Big Cancer.
And you felt at 26, or how long you been here?
I've been here since September.
So
almost a year.
26, you decided New York's not for me, and you moved out here by yourself, or you moved with family?
I originally moved with my family, but my sister went back to New York, but I'm still out here with some of my family.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I like Georgia. It's nice. It's quiet. It's not too. I don't really hear trains, cars, and nothing like that like you would hear in New York. So it was a different adjustment for me.
So you trying to, so you wanted, it's too hectic out there. You wanted to change your life, decided Georgia would be a good place to do that. And then what changes did you make when you got here?
Um, well, before the strike, I was definitely pursuing my acting career. So I was more so looking into classes and things like that that I can do to put myself out there. I did do a few background work, extra work, and I did do one for a movie on Tubi. But it's not out yet. It's one that has Reginae Carter as the lead role.
Okay.
You know the name of it?
I wish I did. I wish I did, but I don't. I don't remember the name.
When you see Reginald Carter on Tubi, you...
Yeah. Just keep on the lookout, you know. That's what's up, though.
Yeah.
To piggyback too, you know your other signs as well? So you a Cancer sign?
Yeah. So my moon would be Sagittarius and my rising is an Aries.
Okay. So we got some fire and water. Okay.
It's a very unique combination because I think people, when they find out that I'm a Cancer, they're like, oh, well, you're very emotional. But then it's like, I know how to control it because I'm like, I feel like my fire side come out more than my water side because I'm like, I don't like to be played with,
Okay. I hear that.
Yeah.
And being in the industry, I guess you could say, there's a lot of playing. So maybe it's a good thing that the strike happened for you so you can get a feel for what's going on.
Yeah, I'm definitely learning a lot, especially with how people were treated as actors. And it's like, at one point I decided, do I want that for myself or do I want to create a different path? And I feel like right now I'm trying to create a different path in where I'm writing my own material and trying to get my own films out there than to just say, I want to work in Hollywood, because I do know that for people of color, it's more difficult than people not of color.
They say you part of the problem or you part of the solution. And it seems like you are solution based. Give me 1 second.
I mean, that's real though. I think honestly, you had a great opportunity to be creative right now. You know.
I do. I do. I'm trying to network. I feel like I'm very shy, so now I'm like,
Kai.
it's kind of hard to just step out of that bubble, but I feel like that's what matters.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's a skill. I know personally, I've been more introverted throughout my life, so I feel like it's kind of like a learning curve with like networking and kind of stepping outside your comfort zone. But it's the more you do it, it's like working out. It get easier, you know.
That's what really.
I mean, at least for me, that's how I feel. Like maybe that's just my personal opinion. Like I've seen it where I've grown over the years where I know how to, even though I hate small talk, I can make small talk and then like go about my day, you know. So, but interesting. So, how long have you been out here in Georgia?
Since September.
Okay.
So next month will make a year.
A year, okay. What do you think been the biggest lesson for you within this year?
Oh wow. Well, after working at my old job, I definitely would have to say to not let people cross my boundaries. I feel like I don't want to say became a people pleaser, but it's like being that I was working in the corporate field, it was like, oh well, I have to do what you say I have to do because you're my boss or something like that. So it was just like, me knowing myself, I don't like working for people. And it's not because I don't know how to work with people, but it's more so like I'm your superior, so you have to do what I tell you to do, type of thing. And I don't like that because you're not my superior. It's just a title that you have in the job that we're working at. So with that being said, people definitely use that advantage to say that, well, I'm bigger, I'm better than you, so you have to do what I say, and I don't like that. So they would definitely push my boundaries, like try to disrespect me or say like a sly remark or something. I'm not really that type of person. I don't like confrontation. But it's like when you keep pushing my buttons now, there's a problem. You know what I mean?
That's understandable.
Yeah, so I definitely learned to not let people cross my boundaries anymore. And if I feel like I'm being disrespected, I just remove myself from the situation.
Right.
And you made mention, I left for a hot second, so I might have missed out on a little bit. But you made mention that you came over here. I just heard that you don't like your buttons pushed. And you're looking at the movie industry thing and writing your own, I guess you say movies, screenplays, things of that nature. Um, how has that gone for you? Like, has your thought process changed since you've been here? Or is it the same outlook that you've had when you were in New York? Or
Um, well, in New York, it's a little bit more difficult to network, to really put yourself out there because everybody is basically like trying to find a way to get to that point in life where they're like, oh, well, I made it as well, or, I'm rich as well, or whatever. So there's a lot of scammers. And I'm not saying that there's none here,
mm-hmm.
but like, I feel like here it's more so everyone is willing to help each other in a way to grow, to get up to where they want to be in life. Like, my thought process did change. I'm a little bit more open minded now that I'm here because it's like I have a clearer mindset and a clearer vision of what I want. And I'm meeting like minded individuals that are also on the same wavelength as me. So now I'm like, okay, well, we can actually work and get it done instead of me being back in New York and saying, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that. And it's like, yeah, I want to do it too, but nothing is happening.
That's an interesting standpoint because, like, I'm from the Bay Area, California, and a lot of our, I guess you say, celebrities or things that's going on are normally local. So we have a lot of like big name artists locally, but they're not known anywhere else unless something happens like death or they do a collab with somebody from another state. But when you look at New York, a lot of people are like they have crews or whatever, and it seems like anybody that's with a specific crew, they're gonna make it. Like it seems like that. So by you saying it's hard or that they don't support things like that, from our standpoint, be like New York and everybody in New York supports everybody because you see they have the Hampton thing and the white parties and this and that. And it seems like all the rappers and everybody know each other.
Mm-hmm.
So from our standpoint, it looks like we need to be like them because see how they all support each other. Same thing with the South. And the South has held it down in the entertainment world for years, shit, about what, 20 years now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But like I said, you're saying that you came here and you didn't have that support there when a lot of people look at New York as a spot where they're very supportive.
Yeah, that is true from the outside looking in, but when you're like actually in the situation and in that area, it's like wow, like you feel like you're not really getting anywhere. So that's probably why I ended up just moving out here. Cause I'm like maybe I need to see it from like a different standpoint. Like, yeah, there's people that you can meet and you're like, hey, well, I really like doing this acting. I like doing the dance. I like doing this, but it's like do you really, or are you just saying this because you want to make yourself look good? Like, what efforts are you trying to make towards getting there? The people that I've met here so far, like, they've already put me on to castings and more things and more opportunities than anyone I've met in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like New York is more cutthroat. Like, if you don't know anybody, then it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. Like you have to know someone in order to get your foot wet just a little bit. But here it's like people are like, oh yeah, I know such and such or whatever. You can go to their casting or whatever, or they'll send you their Instagram or something. They're not necessarily stingy or gatekeeping. So I think that's the difference between New York and here. But don't get me wrong, I still love New York. I still love my New York. But career-wise, I don't feel like you can grow in the same place that has hurt you, or in the same place where you feel like you're just stagnant.
There's that quote that a king or queen isn't respected or honored in their hometown. So sometimes you gotta move away and then, you get that type of,
It's also a mindset because a lot of times, like, have you ever left outside the United States?
No, I haven't.
No. So, like I said, it's a mindset. If you're, let's just say, for example, you mentioned Queens, and like New York has some boroughs, and there's a lot of people who don't leave their borough. So all they know is what's going on in that small section of the world. And then if they were to happen to go to, let's say, Staten Island or wherever else, they go, oh damn, cats in Staten Island is actually doing this. And if you think it's fly, you're gonna bring it back. And the more places you go, the more you see. We could just say even hip hop in general. We used to watch Rap City or Yo MTV Raps and things like that, and we're able to say like, oh dang, okay, that's how they doing it. Now everybody rocking Hilfiger or they this, that, and the other. So if you never step outside of what the normality was, you'll never, your ceiling is this. You'll always have a ceiling. You never will rise above what's been taught to you. So that's one thing of the mindset. By you coming here, now you're getting a whole different perspective on top of all the other, I guess you say, transplants that came from California, Texas, other people from New York, the islands, things like that. And like you said, you have a community of people trying to help each other make it. Because most people, when you ask them where you from, they're not going to say Atlanta. They're going to be like, damn near everywhere else but that. So like I say, it's pretty much the mindset. You have to get yourself out of what you're used to in order to progress. Otherwise, you stuck right there with them people that have been there for generations.
And I can definitely attest to that, not to cut you off. I was just going to say, I come from a real small country town, so it's a lot of people where I'm from that are talented, but I also feel like you said, like all they see is what they know. So it's like you don't get certain opportunities that I may get because I moved away from there. You know what I'm saying? Because I may consider myself to be talented or be creative, but it's just as creative, if not more people where I'm from that, again, they just used to those surroundings. You may not get the opportunities I get or whatnot, because I at least traveled a little bit. So, but
you're making advancements. You know what I mean? Because we could turn around and take this same podcast and do whatever numbers we do, but because we're from, I could say, oh, I'm from California, and I go to China, I might get 1 million views just because everybody's like, hey, that dude from California. You know what I mean? So right there, I done elevated my whole mindset. So I'm like, damn, I would have never thought these people would understand what I'm talking about. And not only they understand it, they embracing it. You know what I mean? Because I'm bringing something that they've never seen before. So that's what a lot of people got to understand, is that you have to step out of your comfort zone. You might be scared to do it, but once you step out of it, then you find yourself in a situation like, damn, I should have did this
years ago.
10
years ago.
Yeah, I'm from San Jose, California. I'm never leaving San Jose. And for whatever reason, I moved to Oregon first. It's like, damn, all right. I ain't leaving Oregon. I love it here. You know what I'm saying? Things happen. Moved to Florida. Then now I'm here, and it's like everywhere I went, I done found something new, met new people, expand my thought process, travel a little bit. And it allows you to just be like, damn, dude, before I had kids, before I had real responsibilities, I should have been doing this. Like, if I can go back, in all honesty, when I was like 18, straight out of graduate, I would have moved to like France or something and just been thugging it out there for like 2 years and learn French and peep their culture. Because a lot of rich people do that. They don't talk about it, but a lot of rich kids, they call it backpacking. They throw the backpack on, go to Africa, go to Europe, go to China, and be out there for like a year or two, living life to their stream. Then when they come back here, they've created relationships. They got an understanding of economy in different parts of the world. They soaking up game, stealing what they doing over here on a low level and bring it to a larger level. You know what I mean? So yeah, to go back, like it's really good. You know how both of y'all did at a young age. Like, yeah, I can't take this no more. I'm gonna go ahead and try this. You know what I'm saying? Like, because living in a toxic environment, you ain't gonna get nothing but toxic.
Yeah. And sometimes too, it's not even so much that it's toxic, but it's like that thing of, you know, a shark can only grow as big as the water is in, you know. So if it's in like a smaller environment to live in, it's not gonna grow as big. So it's like you gotta, like you said, put yourself out your comfort zone, because, you know, I've been out here now 3 years. I'm from Surrey County, Virginia, and there's certain people I meet, they see something in me that I may not even see in myself. And I'm like, if I stayed where I was from, I would have never known I had, oh, you could do this or that, you know. So again, traveling, you know, expanding your perspective, looking at things from different perspectives, and being open to growth, you know. But to tie in back to what you're doing, what do you, or who do you draw inspiration from? Like, were there people when you were growing up that you were like, yo, like, they really inspire me, or I'm kind of modeling my life after? And what do you actually draw your inspiration from now?
The people that I drew it from when I was younger was like Missy Elliott, you know.
She from VA? Miss you from VA? Just how I put that out there.
They both are, right? Aaliyah too?
Nah, I don't know where I live.
I think it's VA. But go ahead.
Yeah, go on. We listen.
Definitely, I would say, you know, Tupac,
Okay.
Lil Wayne. Like, I feel like when I was younger and I was listening to those type of music, it made me, you know, I was like, hey, I want to do music too. Like, I really like this. It sounds really nice. But then I don't know what happened between then and now. It's just like I stopped fraternizing over celebrities. I stopped literally focusing on celebrities, and I started focusing on me and what I wanted out of life.
Okay.
And I definitely, I was like, from like the age of 9, I was like, well, I want to do acting. So that's something that I definitely just kept my focus on. So anytime in school, I would go like audition for the talent show, theater, dance, anything that I could do to put myself in the field to get more experience. And
you dance. Him dressing.
oh, the Medea bit.
Yeah. Because a lot of people, they got particular opinions, and
They say that's you going through the door.
yeah, they got their different, you know, takes on that. And that's their, I guess, their one critique. Like, they try to critique him at that
Pushing
point.
the agenda.
Yeah.
I feel like there is nothing wrong with it. It's acting. It's not like he's going out there every day like doing this. You know, it's the same way how Martin did all of his dress ups in his show, or when Will Smith do it, or
But that's
anybody else.
but that's what they saying. They saying like in order for us to get to the next level, we have to do that. That's why you're able to give so many examples. Because Dave Chappelle is the one that said it. He said like one day he came in his trailer and they had a dress hanging up. And he was like,
You know,
what's this? And they're like, oh no, it's gonna be great. They're gonna love it. It's gonna make everybody done did that. I don't want to do it.
Right.
They left, came back. Somebody was trying to convince them. So they're saying like that's part of the, in order to get to the next level. That's how you know. Once you put on that dress, Kevin Hart did it. Like you said, Will Smith did. Martin Lawrence did it. You name all the big names. One time or the other, they had to put the dress on.
And the real question is, who is they? Who is requiring these things, and who is circulating these theories?
I would say Hollywood.
Of course, it has to be.
Does it though?
Huh?
Did y'all see they clone Tyrone?
Yeah.
I did.
And you know, it's an interesting little ending at the end because they found out it was a melanated person behind it, right?
Him.
And it's those theories floated around as well that at the top of this whole thing, whatever you want to call it, is melanated people.
Somebody look like us, but not us.
Yeah, or rather, it is somebody that look like us, but you know, that's kind of like that. It's like a mind fuck for me because it's like none of us are God. Like we didn't create all of this, right? So you never know what the master plan is. So we could just be little chess pieces being moved, pawns, if you may, but you know, you may not get that whole bigger picture of like what's really going on. So it's always interesting when I hear these theories and then I see certain things and I'm like, you know, what is really reality? And, you know, I think you have to be able to discern between what's your relative truth and then what's absolute truth, what's divine truth. So
I think that can switch daily because I can take myself and separate myself from everybody and just go out in the wilderness, as they could say, and be around nobody. And all the things that's pleasurable to me, I can do there. I don't need nobody for that. But as soon as I interact with somebody else and then they put something in my mind, like I might never watch TV in my life and been happy with reading books or going outside or seeing my area for what it is. But now as soon as somebody exposes me to TV, now I got a whole new, like, damn, I gotta watch this, I gotta watch that. Or like, you know, kids might never have candy or ice cream and be cool with fruits and the whole get down until they taste that one little lick of ice cream. Now it's like, oh shit, look. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what it is right there. Really, your narrative is whatever you want it to be. Just how strong are you to be able to push that narrative? You know what I'm saying? So some people look like, yeah, I put the dress on, but here's the reason why I did it. No matter what you tell them, it's justified.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the same thing. I honestly believe on the God body part, whatever you want for yourself, as long as it's your perspective. That's why, like, throughout history, a lot of, you say, like, prophets or high people, they always had to separate themselves for like a 30-day time period, 40-day time period, and be out in the mountains and the whatever. And then they always got revelations different from everybody else because you have to be able to push your own narrative. You have so many people like, oh, go get a job, go do this. Like we were saying earlier, you stuck in New York, everybody's pushing what they think your life should be until you step out and create your own life. You know what I'm saying? And once you really know what you want for yourself, then you able to like stand on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made changes in my life. I had everybody like, and then 10 years later, now I'm getting calls. Hey, so what were you saying about this again? You know what I'm saying? Or I'm doing this. What book was you reading? And like I said, if you really know who you are, no matter what adversities come, whatever problem, if you really stand on what you believe in, that narrative is going to come. It might not necessarily come right away, but it's going to, like you said, you pushing to get that short movie did. If you put the energy to that and the time, it's going to happen. And then the first one might not be your best one, but you might get another one. You know what I'm saying? You just build from that. So like I said, on the whole God thing, I believe we are, you know what I'm saying, at some point, some form of creation of everything. Like God is all of us, some way or the other. So as long as you push what you really believe in and it's righteous, you know what I'm saying? Like, quote, I always say, you know, use me but don't misuse. As long as you ain't over there trying to overstep your boundaries and just wrongfully do people, it's gonna come to you. It has to. You know what I'm saying? It's the people that give up that things don't go their way. That's what Nipsey said. Nipsey basically said it, you know, I didn't do nothing different than anybody else. Only reason why I made it to where I made it, I didn't give up.
And a key of taking, keeping your intentions pure. Like you said, like if somebody got their certain intention and that's all they were aiming for, I can't necessarily be mad at them if it's perceived a certain way. So it's like, if you know in your heart, like, yo, like this is what I wanted to do. I wasn't even thinking about the politics of stuff or doing it like this or that. it's just something I wanted to do. You know, it's different than, you know, so again, great points made. I would say again, from what you talked about that inspired you throughout your childhood, what is really inspiring you now? Because you started to talk about, you started to focus more on yourself and whatnot. So what are certain aspects of yourself that's revealing themselves, and how are you inspired by you?
I feel like it's just my creative mindset. Like sometimes when you just sitting by yourself, you know, ideas just start flowing, or like you see something and then it just sparks creativity. Um, so there were times where I'm like, you know, maybe I'm not cut out for this, or maybe, you know, I started like doubting myself, and I was just like, but that's not me. That's not who I am. I don't doubt myself because I always achieve whatever I put my mind to. So, looking at my little sisters, I definitely will have to say that they inspire me to continue to go, because I've helped raise them with my mom to always be determined to go after what you want. Um, and so now looking at them, they're just like they're headstrong. They're doing what they got to do, and it's like, well, you know, sometimes you step back and you look at what you've accomplished and what you've done, and then you realize like, wow, like I did that, like I helped you get to that point, and I'm proud. So now they're looking at me like, why did you stop? Like, why aren't you going? Keep going, keep going. So that's where I'm at.
You the one.
I have to keep
You the
going.
one in the
Like,
matrix.
they're looking at me and I'm looking at them, you know, but like while they're doing their thing, they're just like, hey, like keep going, don't stop just because, you know, we're going. Like, so I feel like that's what's driving me to continue on my journey, because I'm like, I know I'm destined for greatness. I know that there's more than what meets the eye right now. So
It's crazy you say that too, because all I'm really getting from you is like how much your family means to you, how much they inspire you.
absolutely.
So I think that's a value that's somewhat lost today, because I think it's been an attack, especially on melanated families, through different society tactics and whatnot, and you know how we were brought up, how we were raised. But to hear that from you is very inspiring, and you know, because that's something that is reflected in me as well. I care a lot about my family. In that same way, I feel like a lot of ways they look at me sometimes like that, you know, and like sometimes it can be a pressure with that too.
Absolutely.
But I also look at it as a blessing, because like what Nipsey said, if you know, it's a blessing to have a lot on your plate. You know, if you feel like you got so much going on, like you got a lot of emotion. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it come with. So I think again that's very inspiring, and like I'm glad to see and be able to connect with other people that reflect similar values. So that's real.
Yeah, family is very important. Um, they are literally my support system. So it's like if I feel like sometimes it did feel like they didn't support me at one point. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
but it's like it wasn't that. It was just how it was perceived based on my point of view.
Right.
Um, but it was more so like you can do this, but you're just not pushing yourself to do it. And it's like we need you to push yourself to do it because we'll support you no matter what. But we can't force you to do it, you know? So it's like the saying, like you could bring the horse to the water, but you can't force him to drink.
Yeah.
And so it's something like that. Like I have to want it as badly as they want it for me.
Right.
So, that's, yeah.
And even speaking on these terms of being like a visionary or prophet, you may see something sometime that like your other family members or your friends can't see. So in that waiting period of, or you could even say it's an incubator period where you're going for your vision or your goal, they may not know how to support you because they don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So
That do make sense.
you know what I'm saying? Because I went through that as well, where like I felt like my family didn't understand me. But then when I look back on it and I have a more objective perspective, I'm like, yo, they probably thought I was crazy.
Probably.
How I was moving, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially because even before I moved down here, I moved around a lot. So, you know, they probably thought, like, what's going on? Like, they may have been more worried. So, again, when we kind of look at from that perspective, I can kind of empathize because it's like, it's not that they don't want you to win. They just want to make sure you're going about it the right way.
Right.
And you have your integrity intact. So,
and a lot of times they don't understand because you don't fully even understand what's going on. You
That's
know
true.
what I'm saying? Something deep down inside tell you this is what you need to do, but you don't even understand like really like why you doing it to an extent or how you gonna be able to do it. You just know this is what I gotta get done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
you can't even put it into words. It's like it's just a feeling.
Yeah, so you can't expect nobody else to understand it. That's what I'm saying. Like once you stand on your own to really know that, you know, this is your drive, this is what you're gonna do, can't nobody change that.
Right. You gotta figure it out. And figure yourself out, actually.
Yeah.
It's just, sometimes you gotta remove yourself and just go where the wind takes you. Because that's what I had to do. I'm still trying to figure it out. I still don't know what I'm doing, but you know, I'm doing something. I'm doing something.
Do you have what do you feel like is your purpose in life?
To make people happy. I feel like that it probably, to be the person that lifts the spirits, to just, if anyone's feeling down, like, I come around and I'm just like, well, you know, I'm here, you know, to like make you laugh, make you smile, or make you feel better. But I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of draining because, like, damn, like,
You need that too.
Yeah, you know, you're taking on a lot of energy. So now I'm like, I need to step back and I need to rehydrate,
Get away.
re-energize. Yeah, so I feel like that is what my purpose is, to just be the light in someone's life. But at the same time, it's like I gotta figure out how to balance that out.
I see you got the yin and the yang on your neck. Who got the other?
Huh.
It's actually just the yin, though.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I said the symbol. I know it's just one or the other, but who has the other half of that?
My boyfriend does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He completes you. That's why he got the other side. That's dope.
I met him and it just we're just on the same wavelength. Like, it just clicked.
Mm-hmm.
It just made sense. I don't know what it was or how to really explain it, but it was just like, wow, like, we're here.
Whose idea was it to wear half and half?
His. So it came in like 2 pieces and he gave me this half. Yeah.
Can't make it up too, because look, the woman is the yin anyway. So, you know.
Did you know that when you took that side?
No,
So
I just like the black one. I said, I really like the black one.
And see, that white in it is, because everybody has feminine and masculine energy. So that white part is your masculine energy, right? And then the woman actually represents the magnetic, and then the man is electric. So you put that together, it's electromagnetic. So again, you can't make that up, because like you said, you chose that, you weren't even thinking about that. So it's cool.
Yeah, I wasn't. I really just liked the black one. I felt like it just matched everything about me. You know, I don't know. It's quite interesting though. You live and you learn.
Yeah. I do got I don't know if we about to end, but I got some quick hitters.
Okay.
I'm just gonna name or say a couple words. I want you to just say whatever first comes to your mind.
Okay.
Right,
Like a therapist. I got you.
So, New York.
Brooklyn.
Love.
Hate.
God.
Peace.
Renaissance for the soul.
Unique. Definitely.
And she said Brooklyn. That's where Leah was actually born.
Ah, Tied in. That's all you gotta do. You can't make that up though. You really can't.
Well, before we do tie it up and end it here, anything you want to say? Anything you want to push?
Make sure y'all tune in to all of our projects that we have coming up this year and the next. Yes.
Speaking of that, they said at the end of this year, so December 31st, 23 is basically 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wow. That's very interesting.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of that ever since really 2020. Because even last year, they had that 2022.
Yeah.
And then that 7/7 portal earlier in July this year. Right now, you know, they got the Lionsgate portal going on. And that happens every year. I don't know if y'all been feeling, but that energy always love. So, you know. But yeah, I think that ties to everything in divine timing. Even this, like the episode today, how things came together with resources, and then, you know, we got like a little family now, and it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody car white. I tripped off of that. You put up in the white, she put up in the white truck, and then she put up in the Honda white.
Yeah, so I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's good energy, you know what I'm saying? Like I fool with it, you know. So
That is good.
yeah.
That's insane. I've seen like 5 white cars today, just in a straight line.
You can't make that up.
It's going down. But I do, as always, want to thank everybody at 444. Thank everybody for tuning in to another episode of Renaissance for the Soul, where we are pushing this love culture. Like I said, every time it's, you know, use me but don't misuse me. And then, you know, another one to that is we all want justice, but in order to get that, it's just us. So continue building, you know, community, tribe, family, and go ahead and end it for us, Trav.
I just want to say again, I'm gonna give Normanique her flowers because, you know, I've known her for a short time, but I've definitely seen her light, and also I felt very strongly about surrounding myself with people like her. So I very much appreciate her. Again, this is the initial episode, so it's like it's dope because you're like christening the energy in a sense. So very grateful for that. And shout out to Lauren as well behind the camera because she's making all this magic happen. Like literally. So very much appreciate her too. Give her flowers as well. And again, continue to tap in with us. We're gonna just keep getting better and keep loving and spreading this love.